Hello, Philosophy One. Checking in here on what's now going to be our second half of the class. Congratulations to all of us for finishing the first half. I've just posted some, I think, pretty close to all of our second half material here so that you guys can get at it. What I've got is another discussion. You can see here discussion number two. Say more about that in just a moment. Also, I have posted a Nozick quiz. Let me take a look. I'm looking at our course materials right now. That is covering just chapters 8 and 9 in Nozick. And along with that will be a new study guide with questions for 8, 9, 10, and 15. There's some there for 12, but we won't be tested on those. So the Nozick quiz and discussion number two, the things that I wanted to specifically mention and draw your attention to, as those are coming up. And actually the end, I suppose, is coming up too, the beginning of the end. So before too long, that final exam will be posted. Pretty similar to last time. On the study guide, you'll see a list of essay topics, and the multiple choice part of it will be taken from the multiple choice that are on the study guide. So I plan to make it structurally pretty much the same as the last one. And as soon as you can, I know it's quick, summers go, but get into the Nozick materials, chapter 8, 9, 10, maybe take a look at 12, definitely 15. Pretty interesting material. You'll see quite different from the historically oriented material we've done so far, that being with Descartes and Plato, big historical figures. Nozick is actually a fairly important historical figure in late 20th century analytic philosophy, which was the main dominant trend, at least that I was trained in late 20th century, contemporary philosophers. He's dead now, but didn't die all that long ago, and has made contributions in all areas of philosophy, most of his writings being a good bit more technical than what we've got here. But this book is pretty special in a certain way. He's able to really distill a career of pretty high-level technical reflection and philosophical practice into a book that I think in many ways speaks to the life that we're all living, the parts of it that we all care about, though in different ways, and kind of keeping that sameness of interest and openness for different perspectives on those same things is something he does well in this book. In addition to, I think, giving the reader enough of his own arguments for what he believes, and at the same time, really concurrently in some nice conceptual either thought experiments or other kinds of conceptual frameworks, allows, encourages, sometimes requires the reader to really develop their own alongside his, and this kind of mutual development of his own point of view that you can see as a reader in these chapters, and that you'll be making yourself as a reader, I think gets to some of the value of the text, and I think he intends it to have that kind of value. So I really do hope that that is a valuable reflection for people on topics like the nature of emotion, love, happiness, value, and meaning. Those will be the main things that topic-wise we'll be focusing on. And I don't know about you, but I like those topics. Seems like good stuff to be thinking about. Let's see. So, yeah, we're looking at the second half here. And I've got the discussion up. Oh, let me say one more thing then about the discussion. This will be linked to our first discussion, and I've actually brought it up on the discussion board as containing the old discussion threads. So it's the same one that you did for number one. Now, I just ask you to go back and leave a reply to somebody else's thread, which provides three, you could do more, links to educationally and philosophically valuable websites, learning resources, web accessible content, and acceptable as well, of course, very important, but that bears on the philosophical topics, the questions, the narrative that that person left in their thread number one for discussion one. Everybody gave some kind of narrative and discussion. Now your job is to go in there, view somebody who does not yet have a reply, and just kind of see topic-wise, conceptually, just in your own imagination, in your own mind, what are the things that they're talking about connecting to in terms of philosophical topics, maybe current things that you're familiar with happening in fields of research, maybe historical things that you're familiar with having already happened because you know about that for some reason. You might be learning about it in another class. Your family might have had some, or culture might have some connection to it. Things that you're learning about for your career, field of study. That part is really quite open. An example might be like there's psychological studies going on in blah, 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 blah. Here's a link to some recent work in psychology that connects with these things that you're saying. And here's why. Thought it might be interesting for you for these reasons. That's kind of how I'm seeing that might go. So pretty open-ended. The thought here would be that you are kind of doing some legwork in getting some research and links together for the person making the thread to further investigate the topics that they initially investigated in discussion number one. And you would be kind of getting the ball rolling on doing a little web search on those topics. Maybe they'll do more on that. Presumably, they will check out what you leave for them. So that would be the idea. At any rate, that's the instruction. And go ahead and check it out. It's a pretty open-ended discussion. If you could just leave the links and just give like a couple sentences, maybe a paragraph, explaining to them why you chose those links, why they might be valuable. Though, of course, leaving it open, importantly, for them to go check out why it would be important as well. So that they're accessing the material themselves. But if you could please leave a reply only to people that don't already have one, that would ensure that everybody gets one. And that seems like a cool way to go. You'll get one too. All right, well, I think that's about enough from me at this point. Go ahead and send me any questions, and we can just get rolling on that second half. The discussion board is up. The Nozick quiz is up. Soon enough, the final exam will be up, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, talk to you later.